Well, it's spring this weekend. So hopefully those of you that have a little pent-up demand to get out on the course, this is your weekend to do so. Probably going to want to do it today if you already didn't do it yesterday. Looks like rain is in the forecast for the week coming up. But hopefully spring will be here very, very, very soon. And we can be out there on a regular basis. Looks like we're trying to get up on YouTube for everybody. But we are here for the next hour. There's a lot going on. All of the major tours are in action this week. Next weekend is the Masters. So we have that, but there is already action at Augusta National. It is the Augusta National Women's Amateur final round today. There is a duck in the final group. And then tomorrow, of course, morning, if you get up early on Golf Channel, you can see the drive, chip, and putt finals with the kids, boys and girls, all in the age groups. Unfortunately, we don't have a local Oregon or Washington player that I could find making the finals this year. Looks like a lot came from British Columbia, Utah, and California. The regional was at Chambers Bay earlier in the year, but this year, unfortunately, no local players. But we wish all the youngsters to play their best out there. It's a great event. If you just love golf and remember when you first learned how to play, first got out there, whether it was a parent, a grandparent, the neighbor, whatever, the aunt, uncle, whatever, first put a club in your hand, took him out, and said, let her rip. And it's kind of one of those things, and the opportunity to get there for all of the history of Augusta National. And when they decided to do this event, it's one of the best things they have ever done. And they treat everybody in the first-class manner that they do. All of the players, professionals that will be rolling in this week for the Masters.
What's the age group there?
I think it starts 7 to 9, so as young as 7 years old, and it goes up to, there's a 14 and 15-year-old range.
Seems too old.
You're still freshman, sophomore in high school.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you got a better grip on kids that age. I'm used to seeing toddlers.
Yeah, well,
so anybody that's like 8 years old, I'm like, wow, that kid's old.
Yeah, well, when your kid's fully grown and 24 and moving on and has life, and it's a struggle to try to hunt them down once a week for a text. Yeah. Appreciate the young ones coming in.
You got any strategy on that?
I've told everybody it does sink in. Eventually, they're paying more attention than they let on. Osmotically, however it is, it sinks in because, it's amazing. It really is, because you're like, are they listening at all? What is going on? Especially, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 boys. You're just like, all you can do is get like 3 words out of them at a time. Fine. Okay.
It's whatever.
Okay. Whatever.
That's what my kid does now when he comes home from
Exactly.
preschool.
Yeah.
What'd you do today?
What'd you do? Did you learn anything?
Walked around. I'm like, what? You walked around?
Did you learn anything new? Did you read a book? Did you go somewhere? Did you, what do you want to do? No, it will sink in. It's in there. It's amazing when you realize it. It is a proud parent moment later on in life when they're sort of on their own and they're figuring things out.
Shut up, Dad.
That's one of the, yeah. It's great. It's great. Speaking of great, I have 2 great guests today. Business of Golf, we're going to do at 8:15. It has been a pretty cold and damp winter. Hasn't been the worst, but it hasn't really been conducive to getting out there, keeping the game in shape. So a lot of people, we just had spring break, but a lot of golfers looking at a true golf vacation. The golf travel industry itself is one of the fastest growing pieces of the golf industry. Alex Maselli has been covering the game for nearly 3 decades. You've seen him on Golf Channel. You've read his work at Sports Illustrated. But they have a fairly new venture. It's been around for a little bit, golftravelwire.com, specializing in kind of golf vacations, learning about different regions of the country, internationally, pockets of golf. those sorts of things. So I want to bring Alex on today at 8:15 because I know, avid golfers here in the Northwest, you are looking to go. You get family, whether it's your boys, whatever it is, a golf-specific trip. What are the elements that you want to have involved in that? How far out do you need to plan in advance? If you're looking to go to a bucket list place like Pinehurst or Pebble or TPC, Sawgrass, something like that, where how far out do you need to go? What sort of budget do you need to be prepared for everything else? And then maybe where are some of the hidden gems, places that you wouldn't think would be golf meccas, but you can go and play some great courses, have a great golfing experience that you wouldn't normally come to mind. Then at 8:30, time for a little help with our games. If you're like me, this weekend might be the first weekend you're getting the clubs out, whether you're going to the range to try to figure out where your swing's at, whether you're playing your first couple of rounds. The weather's got good. Bruce Stewart, PGA teaching professional out at Stone Creek Golf Course out there in Oregon City up on the hill. He was named the Oregon PGA Teacher of the Year, as well as the Pacific Northwest Section PGA Teacher of the Year. Second time he's won that award. He's had a lot of success with juniors over the years, but he will join us from Stone Creek. We'll see how that course is shaping up coming out of the winter. One of the more enjoyable and challenging tracks. They keep it in great shape. One of the great affordable municipal courses that you can play here in the area. So we will check in with Bruce at 8:30. We'll look ahead a little bit to the Masters. If you listened last week, I told you, be prepared to sprinkle a little bit on Min-Woo Lee. What did he do? He went out and won for the first time on the PGA Tour last week. His prices have gotten more expensive. Still a good value. Really maybe to even be the leader after the first round. We will talk about that a little bit later, but it's a busy weekend of golf, so let's start as we always do by going inside the ropes.
It's time for an insider's look at the leaderboards, the latest on all tours, plus local golf events and golf news. This is Inside the Ropes, part of Golf in the Northwest.
All right, all four tours here in North America, they are going great guns. The Champions Tour is in Boca Raton, Florida, the old course at Broken Sound. They are Pro-Am with NFL Hall of Famers this week. It is the James Hardy Pro Football Hall of Fame Invitational, and you've got a five-way tie for the first-round lead. The names you're most familiar with, Alex Cejka. Angel Cabrera is back after serving some time for some domestic incidents down in Australia. But he is now back trying to play his way back into tour. And Miguel Ángel Jiménez, the 61-year-old Spaniard, smoking his stogies. He is tied for the lead at 4 under par. He finished third last week. He is first on the Charles Schwab Cup points list and is looking to win for the 16th time on the Champions Tour. So you've got coverage there, 12:30 this afternoon on Golf Channel. So the Korn Ferry Tour is back from their Central America trips. They are playing this week the Club Car Championship at the Landings Golf and Athletic Club in Savannah, Georgia, one of the longer tenured stops on the tour. And PGA Tour veteran Russell Knox is your leader, 11 under par. Fired an 8 under 64 in round 2, made 9 birdies to just 1 bogey. He lost his PGA Tour card last year, finished 207th on the FedEx Cup points list, so he's trying to make his way back with the Korn Ferry Tour. Our local golfer, Alistair Doherty, started the week 20th on the points list. Unfortunately, could not get the putter going and missed the cut at 1 under par. Mitch Meisner, Trace Crow, Zach Bouchu tied 10 under, just 1 back. But you're starting to see more familiar PGA Tour names, especially it's going to be when they shorten the exempt list from 125 to 100 this year on the PGA Tour, and a lot of the changes coming next year. You are going to see more and more familiar names on the Korn Ferry Tour moving forward. The LPGA started on Wednesday in Las Vegas. It is their 5-day event, the T-Mobile Match Play event. The group play Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday took the field from 64 to 16. Only 2 of the top 10 players currently ranked made the round of 16. Gino Titakun from Thailand, who's maybe the hottest player this season to start, ranked second in the world. The highest-ranked player will take on Natalia Gaseva, the 50th-ranked player. Angel Yin, one of 2 Americans to make it. She's taken on Mao Saigo of Japan. They are getting ready to tee off in about a half an hour. The other American, Lauren Coughlin, 13th seed in this event, is right now 1 down to Se-Young Kim as the rounds have started. Quite the international field. A couple of veterans you want to keep an eye on. It was Arya Jutanagarn that came out of Nelly Korda's group. You've got Ashley Buhai out of South Africa, who's taking on Celine Boutier, Madeline Sagstrom, and Carlotta Saganda. So you get a matchup there at 8-10 of a couple of Solheim Cup veterans. Maya Stark from Sweden taking on Brooke Henderson. That is just gotten started. Stark is up 1 through 2. So should be a lot of fun. You'll see the quarterfinal matches they'll play this morning in round of 16, and then quarterfinals this afternoon. Those matches will be on Golf Channel starting at 3 o'clock. PGA Tour, last chance to make the Masters for players who have not already qualified is by winning this week at the Valero Texas Open, TPC San Antonio. Brian Harman, who has not won since the 2023 Open Championship, back-to-back 66s. He's got a 4-shot lead at 12 under par. Our man, Kashmir Keith Mitchell, who has not qualified for the Masters, you've seen him up near the top of leaderboards here to start the season. He is at 8 under, had an opening round 64, shared the lead, but an even par round of 72. So we'll see if he can get the putter going again today. Sam Ryder, your other first-round leader, fell back with a 2-over round of 74. He's tied with Matt Wallace of England and Ryo Hisatsuni of Japan. Coverage 10 a.m. this morning on Golf Channel, and then at 12:30 NBC picks it up because starting at 10 a.m. you can see coming down the stretch the Augusta National Women's Amateur. This has become one of the premier events for the women at Augusta. Lottie Wood, the defending champion from England, the number 1 ranked amateur player, is at 10 under. Kiara Romero was tied for the lead after the first 2 rounds at the Champions Course there nearby. They'll play the final round just today at Augusta National, but a bogey on her first hole. She is in the final group with Lottie Wood. She is the 5th ranked amateur in the world. 4 runner-up finishes so far on the college schedule for the University of Oregon. Their women's team is ranked 3rd in the country, but Stanford's ranked number 1. They had 5 different players make the final round here at the Augusta Women's National. We will follow up on that a little bit later, see how they're going. But they are off. The leaders are on the 4th hole right now. So that's what's going on around the major tours. We will come back. Excited to talk to Alex Maselli, long-time golf reporter, both for the Golf Channel, for Sports Illustrated. He started several other golf publications, but right now he's got Golf Travel Wire going on. Very excited to talk to him. For those in the Northwest that just don't want to wait for things to warm and dry up to get out there, if you want to plan a golf vacation, what are some things to keep in mind? What are some of the hot golf areas to go to, both here in North America as well as internationally? We'll talk to him next in the business of golf. This is Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
Time is ticking away. Don't let another minute pass. Plan your retirement now with Trajan Wealth for the future you deserve. Call Trajan today at TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
It was a December to remember at Legends Casino Hotel as all-time great Roy Jones Jr. presented a boxing card of epic fights. Well, they're back. Friday, April 11th, headlined by Wenatchee's Devontae McDonald in a rematch against Shady Gabor. Yakima's undefeated Andrew Murphy aims for his 10th professional win, and flashy Dominique Lo Jalapeno Roundtree looks to avenge his only defeat. Tickets start at just $40 and can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com or the Legends gift shop. Non-stop pro boxing action at Legends Casino Hotel, April 11th. Get your tickets now.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in Portland? We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in Portland for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. Portland is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Discover the simple steps developed by Joe Arias, one of real estate's greatest rags to riches stories. You'll learn to flip properties and secure rental properties without using your own money and in your spare time. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in Portland and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
Which new driver is best for your game? Who makes the best golf gear? Where should you take your next golf vacation? Which local course should you get to know better? This is the business of golf. Every week on Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
Welcome back in 816 here this morning. Golf in the Northwest. Mother Nature cooperating this weekend, but it's going to be short-lived. Rain right around the corner here again, which so many of you are itching to get out on a course playing several rounds in a week, 36 on the weekends. And so I have been receiving this latest endeavor from Alex Maselli, who is a longtime veteran golf journalist in all forms. You've seen him on the Golf Channel, read his work at Sports Illustrated, several other publications over the years. And one of them currently is Golf Travel Wire, which I was fortunate to stumble across just through all the years, highlighting golf courses, areas in the country, internationally to go. So we welcome in Alex. Good morning. Thank you so much for hopping on with us for a few minutes. You've covered every aspect of golf for close to 3 decades. What was it about this particular venture that you wanted to get started at this point?
Well, thanks for having me. My goal when I started, everything I started from back in golf.com to the Golf Wire to Golf Travel Wire, as an example, is to try to find niches, areas that need to be addressed that aren't being addressed. And I felt like if we could do that with Golf Travel Wire, that would be something that would be a positive for people. Always when you want to go somewhere and you want to travel somewhere, the questions come, where should I go? Where should I play? I want to enjoy myself. I want to go to a place that makes sense. So that was the initial goal of Golf Travel Wire.
Well, and the boom, obviously, after the COVID pandemic, a new wave of golfers came into the game from a lot of, traditional, a lot of players grew up around golf clubs and playing regularly in juniors and those sorts of things. And so I imagine the golf travel industry has had to readapt to what so many people are wanting to find. Just how big has it blown up here in the last decade with golf-specific travel, and how is the golf industry kind of readapting to what people want in a golf trip?
Well, I think what you're finding is that you're right. It grew out of the COVID situation, and it's the funny thing is that when people were thinking, okay, once COVID was done, we would start seeing a lull to some extent in the golf industry, and that's not been the case. Obviously, professional golf has its issues, but amateur golf, recreational golf does not. And so what people have had to do is to up their service levels across the board, because you're asking for people to pay for a better experience. And so they've had to up their service levels, which is they've done in most cases. And then also you're starting to see more courses being built. There was a period of time where there were no courses being built, basically because it didn't make any sense to build them. So now there's courses being built again. Now some of them are at the high-end level. I mean, if you go down to Jupiter, Florida, you'll see like 5 venues that are being built that are like, $250,000 a join, that kind of thing. But there's a lot of other places that are being built or being acquired by a company, and they're making them better than they were. So there's that kind of interest out there going on. And I think what you'll find is that not only are people interested in playing domestically and going to places to play, but I think you're going to find that there's a lot of people interested in going overseas as well. And you see that in the ticket prices, the in the airlines, the filling of the airlines, the hotel rooms that are being booked. All these things are happening, and there's a lot of them are golfers. And the best part about it is that it's a growth. If you talk to the USGA, it's a growth that's not only in the men that are typically what you're thinking about, but there's a huge growth in women's golf. And, considering that women are more than 50% of the population, that's a pretty big positive. And the fact that they live longer than men, all those are big positives going forward for the industry.
Talking here with Alex Maselli, a longtime golf reporter, journalist here about Golf Travel Wire. In the United States currently, we know there are bucket list places, Pebble, Pinehurst. You mentioned Jupiter, Florida. There's some of the courses we see. TPC Sawgrass is one of the courses that you can go play. But aside from those, well-known places that you're going to have to spend a lot of money to go to, where are some of the hidden pockets in the United States or North America that have great facilities, very playable courses, but maybe are off the beaten path?
Well, I think you mentioned Pinehurst, which obviously has 10 venues now. But if you went outside of Pinehurst, there are places, Mid-Pines, Pine Needles. There are places that are smaller courses that have the same feel as a Pinehurst in North Carolina, South Carolina, parts of Georgia. There are places like that. If you go to the Midwest, you can find places in the farm belt. There's so many places in the United States you can go and really have a good time and enjoy yourself. Because a lot of times what it comes down to, it's not so much the venue, even though that has something to do with it. It ends up being more the people you're playing with. I mean, you could play with 3 duds and be at Pebble Beach and not have the same fun as if you went someplace else and had 3 really good friends playing with you. So I think you have to match it up between who you're playing with and the venue you're playing on. And by the way, I mean, as you mentioned, all these venues and these places you were talking about, not too far from you, I guess it's 4 hours probably by driving.
It is.
If you go to Bandon, Mike Kaiser has done a terrific job of trying to keep the pricing relatively fair, and you have so many venues you can pick from there that, I mean, if someone was asking me where do I want to go, and it's beyond bucket list, it would definitely be going to Bandon. So, yeah. I mean, that's just me, but because I think you could be dropped in the middle of Bandon, take the blindfold off, and you would not know that you were on the western coast of the United States in Oregon. You'd think you're in the middle of Scotland.
Oh, yeah, we know. Yeah, we're lucky, and the biggest issue is all the back buildup from COVID, especially from the international guests. So right now, it's simply more the lodging if you're going to go there than rounds. So that's right. The biggest backup.
But you can go in town. You can go in town there. You can do an Airbnb. I mean, I agree with you. Even you can stay up. I forget where you could go up further north where the airport is. I mean, it's only 45 minutes away. But the bottom line is that if you wanted an experience, that's an experience, and it's not going to charge you $800 a round, which is what you'd pay, and you'd have to stay at the lodge, which is going to cost you $1,000 a night if you went to Pebble Beach. So, I mean, that's the difference.
No question. Chatting here with Alex Maselli, Golf Travel Wire. It's golftravelwire.com. Very simple. And then you can subscribe and get the newsletter right into your email when it comes out. Internationally, obviously, Scotland and St. Andrews, and they do tours there. High on the list. Where's maybe your favorite place though internationally that you like to go to when you have the time and the means?
Well, if we take Scotland and Ireland off the list, which would be great, actually you would find that Tasmania is probably one of the best venues in the world to go to, and have some really, really good golf courses.
Wow.
I know it's hard to believe, but better than going to almost any European country, better than almost any Asian country. I mean, Tasmania, which is, and the adjunct to that is you go over and go to Sydney or Melbourne and do that as well. But really, in Tasmania, there's probably 3 or 4 golf courses now that are just a great experience, and people don't know it. They just don't have any idea. But if you went there, I think you would be shocked how much fun you'd have.
That's amazing. Now, Tasmania down at the southern tip, so obviously they get more seasons than you would in Sydney. So it's and they have the opposite seasons being in the southern hemisphere. So right in the middle of winters, right in the middle of summer down there. I believe Hobart is the big city there on the island that you would fly into.
It is. The only thing that you run into in Tasmania is that it can be windy. And you'll find that in Australia as well. But that's the only thing. But you learn how to play in it. I mean, it's like anything else. I mean, it's an outdoor sport. There's no domes on golf courses.
No.
So,
if you're going to play banding, you're going to play in the wind too. So
right.
No question.
Especially in
there.
the summer. That's the other thing. You know this better than I do. If you go in the summer, it's going to be windy. If you go in October, November, people are like, why would I go to October? It's terrific.
Yep. Yeah, the southern Oregon coast has a different climate than up the northern Oregon coast, which is cloudy and cool and damp and windy and all those sorts of things. It can do that, but the southern Oregon coast has a different climate. And we are extremely thrilled and privileged to have that out here in our backyard. So as the elements, because not only do you review courses and things, but there's talk about travel and best things to, take care of. What are some of the other elements that you've discovered are crucial to plan for and make sure you know what your group wants ahead of time to give yourself a really great golf trip?
Well, I think what's important, believe it or not, clothing is a huge deal. If you're traveling, you want to bring stuff that's lightweight but yet functional for you. So rain suits as an example. Of course, if you're going to Scotland or Ireland, you want to bring a rain suit because there's just no way around the fact that you're probably not going to get rained on. So there are so many different manufacturers out there that have rain suits, different rain suits. And that's important because the thinner, the better rain suit, it's obviously more expensive, but it's a rain suit that you keep forever. So I always make sure that you can get the best of that. But the clothing you want to wear, I'm a shorts guy. I always wear shorts. Other people wear pants. You just have to just kind of sit down for a minute and you start think through it. What makes sense for me? Where are we staying? Where will we go to dinner? Can I make sure that what I wear on the golf course I can wear to those places? Things like that. The bag, you want to make sure that, Sun Mountain makes some terrific bags. So you want to make sure that you're getting the right bag. Are you going to be carrying? Are you going to have a caddy? You're not going to, you can have a cart, but you're not going to have, a driving cart. You're going to have a trolley. Yeah. Those kind of things. You need to think through that. I always use one of these carry or travel bags that the wheels come out. And again, it's a Sun Mountain bag, but it's so easy to pull, so easy to work with. When people see it, they're like, oh, that's a great looking bag. That's the kind of stuff you want. I mean, as you get older, like I am, I'm 67. It's not like the old days where I could, troop around with no problem. It's not as easy anymore. So I have to think through that. And my luggage is smaller because some of the stuff I put in my golf bag, so I don't have to I put it in a bigger piece of luggage. So these are all these things, you kind of factor in. Always make sure you bring enough balls and gloves and, make sure. The thing about an umbrella, which is funny, again, if you're going to Scotland or Ireland, if it's really bad weather, you're not going to use the umbrella. So believe it or not, that may not be as necessary as if you were bringing it. So it's just stuff like that. It's just common sense, but you just got to take the time to think it through instead of, just going in the closet and pulling stuff out and throwing it in the bag.
Domestically, obviously international, depending on where you go and air travel and stuff, escalates the budget. But to have a great domestic golf travel experience, aside from some of those bucket list places we talked about, what should you put into the budget? What should you figure that would give you kind of a great experience that you're looking for? I
think it depends where you are. I mean, if it's me, I'd want to be someplace that I could drive to. So, because that just makes it a lot easier, and it makes it the fact that, you may go somewhere and you may not like it, and you may have scheduled to be there a couple of days, and you say, well, this isn't working, so I want to go somewhere else. Well, those are the things that's why you have a car. You throw your stuff in the car. It's a lot easier. But like if you're, how do I say this? When I was going to college in Des Moines, Iowa at Drake, I just started playing golf, and I had no idea they had two good golf courses that were public golf courses. that, were at the time, probably $20 to play. That kind of stuff is what you look for. And it takes you a little time to go through the internet and try to look around and try to find some things. But you're hoping you can get into a car and drive a couple hours and spend the weekend and really enjoy yourself. And you can if you take the time to look around and find that stuff, because there's a lot of good golf courses out there. And, you talk about the bucket list things. I mean, the problem with the bucket list things generally is that everybody has them on their bucket list. And so that ends up meaning there's so many people there. And the one thing I hate if I'm playing golf is having to deal with a bunch of people. So I want to go somewhere where it's a good golf course. It doesn't have to be a great golf course, where I can just go out there and have fun with my friends and not worry about anything. And I think that's why you start looking for those non-bucket list places. And it's almost like every city, there's a good part of a city and a bad part of a city. In any state, there's good places to play golf and bad places to play golf, and you just got to find the good places.
Well, you want to subscribe to golftravelwire.com, and that will help you sift through it. Some great stuff up there. Alex Maselli, pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking some time for us, and we look forward to following along that and all of your other work, as you've got so many ventures going on. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you. Have a great day.
There you go, Alex Maselli. GolfTravelWire.com, where you want to go, whether it's domestic, whether it's international. So much information, a lot of places maybe you wouldn't think of. As he mentioned, great golf courses, historic golf courses, renovations going on. He mentioned there are new courses starting to be built more frequently. So it's a great way to at least start going down that road. We will make the turn, come back. We will talk to Bruce Stewart, teaching instructor, golf professional out at Stone Creek. I don't know why I keep saying Greek. There's nothing Greek about Oregon City. Stone Creek Golf Club out there up on the hill. He is the 2024 Pacific Northwest PGA Teacher of the Year. Will help you try to get your game going here as the weather turns. We make the turn. It's Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
I'm Brian Tedesco, CEO of Blaupunkt Americas, the pioneers of the car stereo. Today, we're not just about sound systems. We are revolutionizing the e-bike scene with Blue Dot Bike. Thanks to AmericanEagle.com, our online presence now features a dynamic e-commerce website that showcases the quality and affordability of our foldable e-bikes, and our collegiate e-bikes just perfect for the college fanatic. These e-bikes offer a new way to experience freedom on two wheels, no matter your age. When we needed a top-notch website to match our cutting-edge e-bikes, we turned to AmericanEagle.com. They made the impossible seem easy, tackling digital challenges like pros. Check out the Blue Dot Bike website to see AmericanEagle.com's amazing work in action. Need the best in website and digital marketing solutions? AmericanEagle.com is your go-to. They've been a game changer for us, and they can be for you too. Visit AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW-1. That's 877-WEB-NOW-1.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
This is Golf in the Northwest on 1080 The Fan.
8:33 here this morning, Golf in the Northwest. Thanks again to Alex Maselli for joining us there. Hopefully, if you're looking to plan a trip, golftravelwire.com, great place to go start getting some information. If you're trying to put your game back together, if you, like me, during basketball season and the cold weather, stick the clubs in the garage and are just pulling them out for the first time here. You need to go talk to this man. He is the 2024 Pacific Northwest Golf Association Teacher of the Year. Second time he's won that award for the state of Oregon back in 2008. Three-time qualifier for the U.S. Senior Open, has had so much success with junior players that he has coached over the years and helped tutor to college scholarships and high school championships. Bruce Stewart out there at Stone Creek. Good morning. Thanks so much for taking some time. Congratulations on the award. I know within the sections and the chapters here in the PGA of America out here in the Northwest, it is a distinguished list of instructors over the years. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, Jason.
As far as, Teacher of the Year encompasses so much. So what has been your philosophy over the years, especially with juniors that you have had so much success with?
Well, when it comes to kids, I really like the parents to be there to understand who's teaching their kids. And I always ask the kids a couple questions. Who owns your golf game and who's responsible for it? And they kind of look at me and they figure it out. I guess I own it and I'm responsible. And then I tell them, I'm just here to help you. You own it. I don't think I need to tell you to practice, do I? So that's kind of my approach. I let the kids be responsible for their own golf game. I think the parents really like that. And the reason why I do that, because when they go out on the golf course and they hit that bad shot, they got to go figure it out. They can't look to mom and dad for every answer. And that's kind of my approach. And if they ask questions about, well, how should I practice? Sure, I'm going to give them guidance and everything. But that's my approach with kids. I have kids that aren't that athletic, and I don't give up on them. And I have kids that have tremendous talent. But I coach all levels, and it's nothing but a joy to see a young man or a young girl improve their golf game because, as you know, Jason, it's a game for a lifetime.
That it is. And you never stop learning. And as you develop, your body changes, technology changes.
Yes, it does.
Well, and you've been doing this for over 30 years. So how has your teaching evolved, especially with the use of technology, video analysis, TrackMan, all of the information? How have you adapted to it? And then what have you still relied upon from 30 years ago that are fundamentals that go into good instruction for a good student?
Well, you forgot one thing. IA, CoachBox is new. But I would say I don't use TrackMan. I have it. I use V1 Pro software. People like to see, I use comparables. I'll have them shoot video of me doing a drill on their phone, so they have it, because the drill is what they need to work on, and people forget, so they can go into their phone and say, hey, this is what I need to work on. And I always tell them, if you stick to the process, well, you'll get progress. But if you go down that rabbit hole with all those YouTube videos, and a lot of those guys on YouTube do a great job, but whatever you're looking at might not pertain to you and what's going to help you with your game. But technology is great. It's tremendous. It really is.
Chatting here with Bruce Stewart, PGA professional out at Stone Creek. And you've been out there for a little while now. How has Stone Creek, how has that place as a facility helped with your instruction? And the course itself, it's playable, but there's plenty of challenges out there. So after instructions, and if that's a place where they are able to play, how has that, one of the better maintained municipal facilities here in the area, helped people take it from the practice range and your instruction right out onto the course?
Well, first of all, if a parent says junior has a chance to play golf today, I say, hey, cancel the lesson, get them on the golf course. I mean, that's where I want my students to be. They out playing. But Stone Creek is a tremendous facility. I've been here 10 years. The county built me a shed. Had a couple of friends, Don Rigby, donated the wood. It's a nice, really nice shed, and it has electricity and heat. So the county did that for me. They saw what was going on. Gordon Talbert, who runs the facility, is a PGA pro and does a fantastic job managing everything here. You know, this is a cash cow for the county. It's a county park. And, you know, I'll have to say one thing about the county commissioners. They did a smart thing in hiring a PGA pro to run Stone Creek. And Gordon does a fantastic job and has a fantastic crew and management. The superintendent, Rich, does a fabulous job. So it's a great facility. And, you know, we have a 50,000 square foot grass range. And it's a beautiful driving range. It's a little wet right now, but it'll dry out.
We're hoping things dry out there. You've mentioned, you know, you will show your juniors and other students, you know, videotape a drill or those things like that. To obviously, the trick is if you want to be good, you got to practice. And as you said, you have to own your swing, own your game. You're responsible for it. How much practice is, and having it be quality practice, how much practice, though, should players be out there? Obviously, as adults, we have work, we have kids, we have jobs, we have all of those other things going on. How do you make the most out of practice, and how much is good practice, you know, to keep and maintain a swing once you dial it in?
Well, let's just put it this way. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, and it isn't just a swing. And, you know, there's the chipping, there's the pitching, there's the putting. And how do you practice your putting? And how do you practice your chipping and bunker play? So I would say, you know, give you an analogy. Tiger Woods, 70% of his practice was within 100 yards. And now he tells you he has 1,000 contacts with the ball, you know, 600 putts, a couple hundred chips, a couple hundred swings. That's him. But realistically, for the average person that has all the things going on in their life, you know, it's best just to work on the drills at home without a golf ball in front of you. You know, working on getting your body to move correctly. And I have a lot of great drills that you can take home. If you have, and not that you have to spend an hour either. If you could just spend a lousy 10 minutes working on getting your body to move correctly, that's going to help you. And of course, they got, you know, the perfect putting mat. You know, you can. Yeah. There's some great putting tools out there that you can have at home to work on your stroke. And but then people got to understand, in putting, it's just not the stroke. You know, speed's number one, stroke's number two, aim's number three, and then break. So, but there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle to put it together. And if you're patient, you can have a game for a lifetime. And at the end of the day, it ends up being the people you hang out with, the camaraderie. And Jason, you hear Tiger Woods when he goes back out, he says, "I miss the guys."
Yep.
I miss the guys. And of course he wants to give them a bunch of BS and then beat their brains out. But that's what it ends up being. It's the people that you go play golf with.
No question. Bruce Stewart, our PGA professional, 2024 Teacher of the Year out there at Stone Creek. What do you think is the most overlooked piece? And you might have just said it there with, you know, getting your body to move in the right direction, have the proper movements. What do you think is the most overlooked piece of instruction?
Overlooked. Don't try to overcoach. Don't, you know, there's only so much room in that brain of yours. Yeah. You know, don't overdo it. I don't know if that's the right answer you're looking for, but I've only had one kid in my entire career that was a savant. It's Connor Bringhurst. He showed up at 10, and I never touched his golf swing. And if you saw it today at 16, it's the same swing at 10. He moved to Arizona, and he's the number one high school player in the state of Arizona at 16.
Wow.
So you got to know when to stay out of the way and when to help.
That very much so. How's your game? You've qualified for 3 U.S. Senior Opens over the years. How's your game, and are you still competing? I know that that's important. Pros need to go out there and get on the courses as well, and they're constantly learning about their games. You still have fun getting out there and swinging it?
Oh, I practice just about every day. I've been a little busy with the high school golf, but no, I probably make about 1,000 golf balls and putt and chip, and maybe I don't play as much as I used to regularly, but I've been playing in pro-ams, and I'm 71, had knee replacement surgery last year, and I finally got past that. But no, I think if you're going to be a teaching pro, you got to compete. You just can't sit there and give lessons and not compete. You got to get into tournaments, and you got to practice. You got to stay on top of things. Just sitting there giving lessons is, as far as I'm concerned, you need to get out there.
No question. No question. How is Stone Creek right now? You mentioned it's a little damp. Obviously, the weather this week, I imagine the tee sheet is full, at least yesterday and today. Hopefully, Mother Nature cooperates tomorrow, but I know there's more rain in the forecast. How are things out there, and how long do you need it to be dry where you really get it dialed in?
Well, Rich is doing a great job. Actually, the course is, because it's been dry, it's dried out a little bit. And, he airified the greens the first week of March. We're done.
Oh, good.
Our greens are dialed in. We don't wait. We don't wait till April like a lot of people do. When I was up at Tacoma Country Club, I worked up on the greens crew, and that air fire was going the first week of March. We got it over with. And, some clubs haven't done anything, and then they wait, and then all of a sudden the weather's great, and they tear up the golf course. But no, Rich got it done early, and that's what we do, and our greens are in fantastic shape. He's got the course dialed in. Yeah, we need to dry out a little bit so we can get another 50 yards of roll.
No question. Yeah, especially there on the back nine. There's a few holes where you could use a little bit of roll. Well, Bruce, it's been fantastic to talk to you. Congratulations again on being named Teacher of the Year. If people are interested in your services, your instruction, or other instruction out there at Stone Creek, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Just call the pro shop. Ask for my number.
That'll do it. StoneCreekGolfClub.net is the website. You can learn more about Bruce and the course out there. Congratulations. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes here for us this morning, and we wish you all the best moving forward.
Thank you, Jason. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
There you go. Bruce Stewart, our 2024 Teacher of the Year for the Oregon PGA chapter. Fantastic stuff. And yeah, you get that. A lot of people that have been teaching for a long time, it's about the student. It's about them figuring it out, you helping them along the way. The motivation's got to come from the student to get better, the thirst for it, the yearn for it. And then you just kind of help them sort it out a little bit to the point where they get it. And that's what has always made great teachers, whether it's golf, whether it's school, whatever the case may be. So thank you to Bruce for joining us. We'll come back. We'll check in on the Augusta National Women's Amateur as the leaders there starting to get to the turn. They are playing the course that we will see next week with the Masters. And Lottie Wood, the number 1 ranked amateur in the world, in the lead. Sophomore at Oregon. Kiara Romero started playing in the final group, had a tough start. We'll see if she can get back into it and wrap things up here for another edition of Golf in the Northwest here on 1080 The Fan.
Do you ever wonder what journey your old technology takes when you donate it to Free Geek? Free Geek safely and securely refurbishes locally donated technology and gives it back to our community at low or no cost. Your donation helps to bridge the digital equity divide in our most vulnerable communities. What can't be refurbished is recycled in an environmentally responsible manner. Do you have tech devices you are no longer using? You can donate items this Saturday at Free Geek's Tech Now event at Windermere Realty on Northeast Tillamook and MLK from 1 to 3. For more information, go to freegeek.org.
With you, 8:51, wrapping things up on another edition of Golf in the Northwest. Thanks once again to Alex Maselli from GolfTravelWire.com and Bruce Stewart, teaching professional out there at Stone Creek. Enjoyed both of those conversations. Luke is back. We haven't seen him around here for a while, but he is back, so it looks like there will be a regular edition of Sinner and Saint. You guys get into Final Fours. No? We will get into the start of the baseball season.
Yeah, probably that.
Okay.
Probably a little football off-season.
The NFL draft is rapidly coming around the corner. It was quite a scene in Boulder for the Shedeur Sanders Pro Day. That was all kinds of hype and nonsense. The NBA regular season is wrapping up. And so there's that. The playoffs, Western Conference first-round playoffs look like they could be a whole lot of fun, even though the Blazers won't be a part of them.
Nah, that's good. That's by design.
So yeah, that's what's coming up next. And then right after, 11 o'clock, right after, we've got Major League Baseball for you there.
Who do we got?
Whoever the Astros are playing. I know it's the Astros. I don't know who they're playing this week. Oh, the Giants. I think it's the Giants and the Astros.
Oh, no, they're at the Twins.
Oh, well, they're at the Twins.
Both disappointing starts to the season.
Yes. So we got Major League Baseball action for you, and then we'll have a Sunday Night Baseball for you here on the Fan. Ducks
the Twins
baseball.
Pitching should be better.
It should be. It should be.
I keep hearing about it, and then it never delivers.
It's a weekend. It's a long season.
Yeah. No, I know. I just
Your Orioles will get there. They'll get some guys back. My Dodgers finally lost yesterday. So
I'm
there
so
you go.
sorry.
Yeah, I know.
That is so terrible.
No pity for me. So.
And they pretty much lost almost on a fluke because of the fact that it very much looked like they were going to do it again.
Yeah, they got a 2-run blast in the ninth, and everybody thought that. But let us wrap things up. All eyes on Augusta National. Next week is the Masters. Today is the final round of the Augusta National Women's Amateur. And as we mentioned, Kiara Romero, sophomore at the University of Oregon, part of the third-ranked Ducks golf team in the country, was tied for the lead after 2 rounds. But a couple of bogeys early in her round. She has fallen 2 back of the lead. Right now, it is a 3-way tie. Lottie Wood is the defending champion, the number 1 ranked amateur player from England, even through 6. Asterisk Tally, yes, that is her name. Asterisk Tally, 16-year-old junior star from California. Member of both the Curtis Cup, the Junior Solheim Cup. Last year became the first to compete in 3 USGA championship final matches in the same year. So it was in the 4-ball match, as well as the U.S. Girls Junior and U.S. Women's Amateur finals. So another star on the rise there at 16 in the final group as well. Round of the day going on, though, is from Isla Galitsky out of Thailand. She is playing a freshman at the University of South Carolina, but has it rolling 6 under through 15 to get to 8 under, 1 back. Kiara Romero, 2 back right now, 7 under. Still time to get her round. Mega Gane, a familiar face you'll remember as an amateur last year, was in the final group of the U.S. Women's Open. She is at 8 under, so you will see some familiar names and faces here. NBC KGW8 will pick up the coverage as they come down starting at 10 a.m. this morning and finish this up. But Kiara Romero's had an outstanding season for the Ducks. 4 runner-up finishes so far. But, boy, if she could get hot on the back 9 and try to make a run. But you have 8 players right now within 2 shots of the lead in the final round of the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Looking ahead next week, we told you, I said, watch out for Min Woo Lee last week. What did he do? He went out, held on. He made life interesting down the stretch. He had a comfortable 3-shot lead there with 3 holes to go, but he stuck it in the water in 16 off the tee, managed to hold off some big-time challengers and win for the first time on the PGA Tour. His odds went from 80-1 to 55-1 as a potential winner. Round 1, I would look at this. This might be an interesting play. Where did he go? Min Woo Lee Where are you? To lead after round one of the 2025 Masters. He is at plus 5,000, so that's 50 to 1. He's the type of guy that can go out. He is on a hot streak, and if he gets it going with his short game and the putter and understands, can get the speed of the greens down quickly, he might be one to go out there and race to the lead. Scotty Scheffler is your favorite. It'll be interesting to see when we see Jon Rahm, we see Sergio Garcia, we see Brooks Koepka, we see Patty Reed, the guys that have been over there on the LIV Tour that are no closer to getting back to the PGA Tour after the news of the week that the PGA Tour rejected the PIF offer of $1.5 billion to inject into them, trying to broker a deal. The breaking point, they wanted to keep the LIV Tour going as is. That was a no-go for the PGA Tour. They want that to go away. They want everybody, one premier tour for the top golfers in the world to be playing, and then maybe have an offshoot in the fall for some team competitions, those sorts of things. But
do people actually watch LIV?
They're on Fox now, so maybe. But
I thought no one watched that.
Well, it was on the CW and on YouTube before. Fox has picked it up, so it's on FS1 and FS2. We'll see if that changes anything. You know, some of the guys that have been out there are starting to get frustrated that, yeah, they've kind of fallen off the circuit. So we'll see how they do at the Masters. That is next week. So we will have tons of coverage from that. But your tournament favorite, Scotty Scheffler at plus 400, Rory McIlroy at plus 650, Jon Rahm at plus 1,300. Colin Morikawa, Xander Schauffele, Ludwig Oberg at plus 1,800. So we are looking forward to that. Hope you enjoyed it. We will be back next Saturday, 8 a.m., covering the Masters top to bottom for another hour. Sinner and Saint up next following us. Have a great weekend. For Will, I'm Jason. Hit 'em straight.
Squishy. Did they find my ball?
Trying to make things a little less penal.
Everything's starting to just come left.
Balls are careening into tough spots. Make sure I left the ball below the hole.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm a super senior.
You know how easy I am.
Yeah, I know.
PJ's in Europe.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the one.